A show of bipartisanship in Washington as the Senate passes a bill to reauthorize the Federal Aviation Administration. The $105 billion bill aims to improve customer service and safety for air travelers. The deal came Thursday night, just hours before a deadline that could have led to the FAA furloughing thousands of workers. It still needs approval in the House. Texas Senator Ted Cruz played a key role in pushing the bill through. The senator joins us now. This bill comes after news of several near misses at airports around the country, including here in Austin. What does this bill do when it comes to safety improvements?
Well, this bill does a major investment into safety in aviation. It, among other things, directs the FAA to hire substantially more air traffic controllers. That will help with safety. That will also help with reducing delays. It also invests significantly in technology on runways. We've seen, as you've noted, multiple near misses, including one at Austin's Bergstrom Airport, where two planes came within a couple hundred feet of each other, nearly collided. And so this invests in technology to try to prevent potential runway accidents like that. This bill also invests billions of dollars in airports and infrastructure in Texas and all throughout the country. You know, in the state of Texas, aviation is enormously important. It produces hundreds of thousands of jobs in the state of Texas, and there are millions of jobs in Texas that depend on having a vibrant aviation sector. And so this bill was a bipartisan landmark legislation designed to really impact and improve aviation in America.
This squeaked in just under the deadline. What was the big challenge to get this thing passed?
Well, look, it really was building bipartisan compromise. And I have to say, the way this bill moved forward, I think is a model for how legislation should move forward. I am the ranking member of the Senate Committee of Commerce, Science, and Transportation. And so for months, I've been working with the chairman of the committee, Maria Cantwell, a Democrat from Washington State. And she and I have been working to negotiate this bill and to reach a bipartisan compromise. In the process of drafting the bill, we solicited from our colleagues their priorities, and this bill incorporates priorities for over 200 different amendments that came from other senators, from Republicans, from Democrats, addressing needs and concerns they have in their states. That process was an extended negotiation as we worked through incorporating those amendments, and the final product we had was voted on Thursday night, and we saw an overwhelming bipartisan vote. In fact, out of the entire Senate, there are only 4 no votes out of all 100 senators.
Now, our partners at the Hill reported that some of your fellow senators gave you some ribbing as you tried to keep this bill on track, basically saying they found it kind of funny since they see you as usually the one blocking legislation with amendments or other holds, working for bipartisan legislation. Do you see this as a different role for you?
Well, it is true that my colleagues have enjoyed giving me some grief the past couple of weeks and managing the process through, and this is the largest bill that I've managed on the floor. Part of the reason for that is to manage a major bill, you have to be either a chairman or ranking member of a major committee. And in the Senate, that depends on seniority. And so I became the ranking member of the Commerce Committee just this past year. But yes, my colleagues were giving me grief. I sort of laughed because when I was managing the bill, I did it on the Senate floor from Mitch McConnell's desk. And I was threatening to carve my name in the drawer if they kept at it, which is an old tradition that you sign your desk when you're done serving. But look, you ask if it's something new, and I would say actually, no, it is not. This bill, the FAA bill, it so happened it is the 100th bill that I have authored and passed into law. And so this has been something I've been doing the entire time, drafting legislation, getting bipartisan support for that legislation, passing it into law. And I'll tell you, my principal focus when it comes to drafting and passing legislation is jobs, 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 because that's my number one priority in the Senate, and that's the number one priority of Texans.
All right, Senator Cruz, thank you so much for being with us.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
A medical emergency and a tip led us to investigate Botox injectors across the state, a certification almost anyone can get with a simple weekend training. We brought concerns like that to state leaders, now taking renewed action to protect Texas patients and crack down on this largely unregulated cosmetic industry. Backroom Botox, our investigation coming up.